today I have a video about my hair care routine and all of my secrets to having healthy processed hair. And I think this video is going to finally address the most frequent questions that I get asked, which is how do I dye my hair so many colors, and how do I have healthy hair even though I've been dyeing it and bleaching it for over 6 years now. I think it may be 7 years. Back when I had my natural hair color, black of course, I could do pretty much whatever I wanted to my hair. But after like 7 years, obviously it's not the same as it used to be, and I have to be pretty careful with my hair in order to avoid breakage and damage, and like to avoid basically letting my hair disintegrate on my head. I have to take a lot of precautions, so I'm going to be sharing a lot of that information with you guys. Also, I just want to get the elephant out of the room. I have a really crazy like pimple on the side of my face. It's really red, it's really angry, and I didn't want to put foundation on it, so I just have it under like a pimple patch to protect the skin. So yeah, please ignore that if you can. So yeah, let's go through, I think, all of the information that you need to know before you even step foot into a salon, before you even start trying to do your hair yourself. I think the first step is deciding what kind of style that you want. Do you want to do like a full bleach, which is all the way to the root and you're going to bleach the entire hair? Or do you want to do an ombre that starts maybe like down here and it fades out so that your root looks a little bit more natural when it grows out? Or if you want to do like an ombre starting here, so it's going to be like some more natural hair color fading out into a more unnatural hair color. So I think you really need to take in consideration your lifestyle. Like, are you able to maintain the hair color? For me, I think the most important thing about having fully bleached hair is that you need to be aware that it is a really big commitment. I wanted to show you guys kind of the extent that I will let my hair grow out before I have to go for a touch-up at the salon. So this is how long my roots are right now. It's not very long, but for me this is already long. So this is, I think, about 6 weeks of growth, and that is like the absolute maximum time that I will let pass by before I absolutely have to go to the salon to bleach my roots and to touch this up. What happens is that when you have really dark roots and the roots grow past like about 6 weeks worth of growth, they have to use a stronger bleach and they have to paint more over the hair in order to have it fade really nicely into the hair, and so that they can prevent banding. So you definitely want to go within 4 to 6 weeks to get your roots touched up if you have a full bleach, and also if you're doing like a really light color that needs maintenance like that. So I did have several times where I was a bad friend and I didn't listen to them. During that time, I think I didn't really understand why it was so important for me to continuously touch up my roots. Yeah, because the hair was so weakened after that. I had breakage for months and it would break all around like the sides, like right here where my roots had grown out, and so I had like these tiny little baby hairs just like everywhere, like all around, and it was bad. It was a mess. I think that pretty much explains how important it is to be really responsible with doing your roots, whether you're doing them yourself or whether you're going to a professional. So that goes back to my point where you need to consider your lifestyle. If you know that it's going to be a bit difficult to make the commitment to bleach and touch up your roots every 4 to 6 weeks, then I think something like an ombre would be so much better. There is a hairstyle for everybody and everybody's lifestyle. You just kind of need to be aware of, you know, the commitment that you are going to be making to that hair. Hey guys, I also forgot to talk about something else. This is me from the future because I finished filming this video a couple hours ago and then I went to buy groceries and I realized on the way back that I forgot to talk about something. So I'm back, just letting you guys know before, like, you know, you pick your hair colors. It is going to affect how you can pick your colors in the future. Generally speaking, it's easiest to stay within warm colors and it's easiest to stay within blue colors rather than hopping between. Like if you want to go from blue to pink, it's going to be really hard. So I have some pretty good examples of my transition into hair colors. This is when I had electric blue hair. One, do not dye your hair electric blue unless you know that it's going to take forever and a lot of bleach to take it out. I was seeing the damage and the breakage months down the line because I had to use bleach to take out that blue. You need to be smart about the hair colors that you choose because it could haunt you later down the line and cause a lot of damage. So for example, last year I had like a very silvery blue color and I wanted to go back to pink, and that was a really long process. It wasn't impossible, but it definitely took some time. So I went from blue into like a faded out purple, and then from then on I went into like an orangey color, and then from then I was able to get pink, which is the color that I ended up with now. So that entire process took like maybe 6 months. So it definitely does take a really long time if you want to switch between different families of color. So yeah, I guess that's to answer that question that I get a lot. So taking all of those points into consideration, should you be doing your hair at home or should you go to a salon? And I think that is also dependent on your lifestyle, and there's all sorts of different price ranges. You know, you could be going to a salon that does a full bleach for like $80, or you could be going to a salon that does a full bleach for $400 and everything else in between. It's really up to you, it's up to your budget, and it's up to what you want to do with your hair. I think that even if you're on a budget and you don't really want to be going to salons like every couple of weeks for touch-ups, I do think that it's at least worth it to consider and to try to have your first appointment at a professional salon. That way they can give you the base, which you can build off of afterwards if you want to continue doing your hair at home. Definitely do your research, try to go to a good salon with good reviews, or maybe, you know, good reviews by word of mouth. So I think I have covered pretty much all of the information that I wanted to share with you guys. I hope it wasn't too confusing. I hope it was helpful. And now I'm going to talk a bit about hair products. So my hair actually doesn't get as oily as when I had my natural black hair. So when I had natural black hair, I would wash my hair every other day. But with my bleached hair, because it is so dry, it doesn't really get dirty actually. And I can wash my hair about once a week. So when it comes to the products that I use in the shower, I honestly think shampoo and conditioner are the least of my worries. The most important hair care products for me are hair masks and also hair oils. I actually don't use a conditioner, and this is a tip that is really, really good for me. I have completely eliminated my conditioner from my hair care routine, and I have replaced it with just a deep treatment mask. So after I shampoo in the shower, I will always use a deep treatment mask, and I have 2 recommendations for you guys. The first one, you guys are gonna hate me because it is really expensive. I really grit my teeth when I was buying this, but at least I can really vouch for this product after using it for years. So excuse my bottle for being kind of grimy and gross. I mean, it sits at the bottom of my shower all day. This is the Bond Connector from Fiberfix. This has changed my hair a lot. It has made it so much stronger. I don't have breakage. I don't have to constantly cut and trim my hair anymore because I'm not seeing those split ends and I'm not seeing those crazy breakages where I would have like multiple layers of hair just like sticking out everywhere. So yeah, finally I grit my teeth and I just bought it, and I'm really glad that I did because also it really lasts for a long time. And for my current hair color, it's like this pastel pink. It's also really, really easy to maintain because I can just pump a little bit of a colored mask or like a dye, and I can mix it together with my hair mask, and I can, you know, just keep up the pink in the shower. So recently for my hair care routine, I have been mixing the Fiberfix mask together with the Orotherapy color mask, and this is in the color fuchsia, and I just mix these two together and I kind of just plop it all over my hair, making sure that it's really, really saturated, because the more product you have in there, the less hair you're going to miss. I do have a more affordable option. I have also been trying out the Overtone Pastel Pink Deep Treatment. I also have the conditioner from them, but again, it's kind of the same concept where conditioners don't really nourish my hair enough, and I do see breakage when I only use conditioner, so I just kind of toss that out. I tested this out very thoroughly for you guys. It's pretty good for the price point. I did see a little bit of breakage when I shifted from my Fiberfix mask into my Overtone mask, just because obviously, you know, there's a huge difference in the price point of these products, so I wasn't too surprised. It was pretty minimal, so I'm not like highly offended. And you know, with hair that has been processed this much, you know, you're bound to experience breakage. I get asked this question quite a lot actually. How do I keep my hair looking very healthy and very shiny? And that is hair oil. I apply hair oil pretty much every day, and just a little bit goes a long way because you don't want to look like greasy. My hair would get tangled so easily because I have very fine hair, and it would kind of rip and it would tear and it would break, and it was really bad. So I had really bad breakage because I wasn't using a hair oil. So implementing that into my hair care routine really did make a big difference because, you know, when your hair is smooth, it kind of just glides through everything. It doesn't get caught on anything, doesn't get caught on brushes, doesn't get knotted up together, and you know, you can prevent breakage that way. The one I have been using recently, I love this hair oil. It has changed my life. This is the Orotherapy Diamante Puro Regenerating Fluid. It is so pretty. Like, look at this beautiful glass bottle and this like clear see-through bluish oil. And also it smells really, really good. It smells like sweet almonds or something. This one is a bit of a pricier oil, but it lasts a really long time, so I do think it's worth it. I do have a slightly cheaper alternative for you guys. I used this one for a really, really long time. I think maybe 2-3 years. And this is the HBL treatment oil, and I used to get this on Amazon. This is probably like my 5th bottle. Over the years, I used a lot of this. The reason why I switched out from this is because it has a little bit of a yellow tint to it, because I was transitioning my hair color and I was trying to take out yellow pigment from my hair. I just wanted to be on the safe side, so I stopped using this hair oil and I went for one that had a clearer color. And lastly, the last thing I wanted to talk to you guys about is using a wet brush. And a wet brush is one of these guys. You can see the bristles. They're very, very thin and they're very fine, and they're also really, really bendy. And this was also really helpful and really life-changing in my hair care routine. The wet brush has such soft bristles that it will glide through your hair very, very smoothly and sort of guide it into a straight direction rather than pulling and tugging and ripping at the hair. So using this in combination with my hair oil, I just like to comb it through my wet hair and distribute it. And also another thing, you actually can use this brush on wet hair. That is how gentle it is, because otherwise you absolutely should never brush your hair when it's wet, because that's when your hair is at its weakest. So usually if you brush your hair when it's wet, you will end up with a disaster. You will rip out all of your hair. And I used to do that because I didn't know any better. So definitely I do recommend to switching to a wet brush just for anybody. You don't even have to have processed hair, you know, and it's really, really affordable too. You guys can like get it off Amazon. So that is it for this video. There was a lot of information and I kind of squeezed a lot of information that I've learned over the past many years into one video. I do want to say that I didn't always have like the greatest hair. I'm really thankful to how my hair is now because I have learned a lot over the years, and my friends at the salon have taught me a lot. But back then when I was like 16, 15, I didn't know anything, and sure, it looked great in photos, and you know, I had this really pretty pastel pink that I really loved, but the texture of the hair, because it was so weak, was kind of like gummy and really stringy. So when I would take a shower, like my hair would literally disintegrate. So I have been there, I know what it's like, and I have learned a lot since then to be able to tell you guys what not to do and how to not be in that situation. So this video has been a long time in the making, and you know, I hope it's informative, I hope it's helpful. I definitely think that anyone can have dyed hair. You know, I think dyed hair looks great on anybody, and you know, I think it's possible. You just have to have the knowledge before going into it to know what is the best for your hair. Thank you guys for waiting a really long time for this video, because you guys have been asking me for years to make a video like this. So thank you for waiting, and thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys again next time.